Hi everybody, my name is Freddie Silvera. I'm 26. Today I'm going to give you about 10 points really fast about who I am, why I'm here, and where I'm headed. So with me, I was born here in Roseville, California. Was born at home, and I'm an only child, and love my family. Grew up kind of out in some property area, and it was a nice upbringing that I had where I was born. My childhood was pretty cool. My birthday is during the summer, so most of my birthdays I went to Santa Cruz with my family, learned how to surf at a young age, and that was a lot of fun. And I guess two highlights about my childhood were I had a good friend that played as like my brother, and his name was William. And he used to come over all the time, and we used to play Home Alone. So if anybody knows Home Alone, we built traps in the house, and we were building forts all over. Just so much fun with my little brother, William. And that was a little bit about my childhood. As I grew up, I went into faith formation, where I went to St. Rose Elementary School, and that really played a huge role in the foundation of who I am. Learned a lot about morals, ethics, values at that school. And as well, I got my first inclination of what I wanted to be when I grew up. And in fourth grade, the very first thing I wanted to do is wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be just like Brad Pitt. I wanted to be on the stage, in the movies, acting and going crazy. And then in fifth grade, I'll come back to my fourth grade experience. In fifth grade, I wanted to be a priest. And in sixth grade, I started to like girls. So that was kind of a natural progression of where I wanted to go when I grew up. Fourth grade, wanted to come back to was a defining moment in my life. There was a serious car accident that my family was in, and since that day, it's pretty much shaped who I am as a person, and it's been part of my story. After the car accident, I started to get into different things with my life and got involved with 4-H. 4-H was a huge role in terms of my upbringing and who I am as a person. Pledge my head to greater thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, my club, my community, my country, my world. That was the 4-H motto, and it really played key in how I grew up. So with 4-H, I was involved in swine for 10 years, where I showed pigs. I learned a valuable lesson in 4-H at a very, very young age. My very first pig that I showed at the fair, I got a grade 3 no sale. Basically meant my pig was too fat and I couldn't sell it. So the next year I told my dad, I don't ever want to fail again. I don't want to lose again. It was put all this money and energy into this swine project, and I didn't do very well. The next year I learned as much as I could. I talked to as many people as I could. I actually ended up winning first place, Grand Champion Market Hog at 10 years old. And that was a huge deal. And it really played a huge role in terms of my progression growing up, with always wanting to be a winner, always wanting to work hard and strive for better. After 4-H and after my elementary school, I went to high school. I went to Del Oro High School in Loomis, California. Go Eagles!
Go DO.
At DO, I excelled in a lot of different things. First of all, in sports and an athlete, I was one of those athletes that played a lot of sports, but wasn't the best at anything. Golf team, soccer team, all that stuff. Just played everything. I also got involved with leadership, where I excelled as the rally commissioner. I put on all the pep rallies in high school. And one of the big defining cool things about high school was I was nominated Boys State, which anybody who knows anything about Boys State, it's a pretty cool accomplishment, where kind of was highlighted as the #1 male of my school. So it was a great upbringing as I kept moving forward. After high school, went into college. In college, I went to St. Mary's College. Before that, I transferred, went to 3 different colleges my freshman year, and finally found where I needed to be my sophomore year. In college, I really excelled. Quickly, I became the vice president for student affairs of the whole student body. My senior year as the student body president, where I led the school. Some amazing things that happened in college is I got to go see our team play in the Sweet 16 in Houston. After that, I got nominated to do a public policy conference with Leon Panetta, who at the time was the director of the CIA. And as well, I was nominated to go to AIPAC, American Israel Public Affairs Committee in Washington, D.C. Some really cool stuff happened in college. I graduated, I worked for Pepsi, I excelled at Pepsi, rocked it, it was awesome. I sold Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, everything under the sun. After Pepsi, I decided, I want to do something a little bit more fulfilling with my life, and I became a speaker. I've been a speaker for 2 years for a program called Breaking Down the Walls. The motto of the work is, it's hard to hate someone whose story you know. And so I go into high schools all over the country, US and Canada, and work towards improving school culture. Where I'm headed next is I really want to excel in my speaking career and really want to get into some faith-based speaking. And I'm really looking to kind of expand my speaking career. A few things that I'm doing is stand-up comedy. I'm acting at the Delta King, and I'm getting ready to rock and roll and take on to the next step.